Hi, this is Jack Stanley, and I wanted to talk for a few minutes about something that should alarm all of us. On December 7th, 1941, after a very successful surprise attack upon Pearl Harbor, many of the aviators and military leaders were surrounding Admiral Yamamoto. They were celebrating a fantastic attack in which it sunk several battleships, killed by that time several thousand enemy combatants, and wounding thousands more. It was a successful attack. And as they celebrated and cheered, he was remorseful. And he wrote in his diary that night. And he said this, words that should haunt us now. I fear all we have done is to awake a sleeping giant and fill him with a terrible resolve. What he meant by that statement was that he knew the incredible manufacturing capacity of the United States and how it could, in a quickly turning a corner, turn that massive, monstrous manufacturing capacity into an engine of war. Think of those words today. Think of those words when we look at our manufacturing sectors today. They are pathetic. We don't have manufacturing here much anymore. We don't make lots of things here anymore. We make things in conjunction with other companies or countries. We have factories that are owned by other countries. We have many, many factories that at any time they like could just leave. Here we are in the year 2021 after having gone through a frightening pandemic. Now, for me, the way I look at this, we are in a very dangerous situation because if we ever find ourselves in a war front, we will not have the manufacturing capacity to support it. We discovered that during the pandemic. We didn't even make ventilators here. What we need to do and what we need to focus on is to reinvent the wheel here in the United States, to basically manufacture in this country. I was watching a program recently when they were talking about semiconductors. Semiconductors are one of the most important things in manufacturing today. Yet we only make 12% of them, yet we use maybe 30%, which means that we are reliant on the production of other countries. This is shameful. This is something that's so very important for us to focus on. It's not political, it's not a Republican thing, it's not a Democratic thing, it's a common sense thing. And if we don't get off our ass and start to reinvent our manufacturing capacity, we are lost. And all it takes is a massive war, which can happen, and we will find ourselves in a frightening and scary situation of the type we have never faced before. Because if you think about it, we've always had manufacturing. But after World War II, we slowly strangled our manufacturing capacities. And today, what factories do you see? You don't. What great manufacturing centers do you see? You don't. You have our cars, yes. But what else? Take a look where everything's made. It's cheaper. We're greedy. We don't want to pay extra money for something made here. Well, my friends, you reap what you sow. And our political leaders, our political class, have sold us up the river. And as I said, it's not a political thing. It's the right and the left. They're both ignorant. They're both arrogant. And they're very, very eager not to have to deal with any of this. They'll just pass it along. But I'm giving my word of warning. And I think we should take heed in that frightening assessment by Admiral Yamamoto that the sleeping giant is just smoke and mirrors today. And that if we were ever put into a situation where we had to manufacture, it would take us a couple of years to prepare, because the manufacturing centers, sadly, no longer